Looking for Mike Evans early. Mike, oh my goodness. What a collision.
Low man wins. Got to get them pads down, Mike. Low man wins. You know Jalen going low.
So Jalen Ramsey let him hear about it too, but Mike Evans would get a little payback, as they say. Not necessarily against Ramsey. Ramsey playing on the other side of the field, and then Evans just big boy, and Troy Hill and Darius Williams carries them to the end zone here. According to Next Gen Stats, the most improbable TD catch inside the 10-yard line this season. A 3.7% TD
flex on him. That's just, I want it more than you do right there.
Yeah.
Hey, you was on the other side, Jalen. It ain't your fault. He wanted it more than them other two dudes, though.
But he got that energy from Jalen, putting him on his back. That's why he did that.
TD, he wasn't the only receiver balling out on Monday night. Cooper Kupp was also in his bag. You saw him take 137 yards, then breaks the tackle, takes 124 yards, 9 grabs, 109 yards in the first half for him. And then on the other side, it was Robert Woods, JJ, doing his thing. This one goes for 35 yards.
Hey, these two dudes got busy today, and it was a lot of these quick passes, man. The screens, the quick outs. Just get the ball in their hands and let them use what God gave them, a little bit of that jiggle, and they was getting busy.
So Matt Gay's 38-yard field goal, good just before half. Rams leading 17-14. By the way, 31-0 and leading at halftime under Sean McVay. Third quarter now. Tom Brady, I'm not sure who he was looking for here, TD. He's throwing for Chris Godwin. He's picked off by Jordan Fuller.
Yeah, you, me, and the 15,000 folks in that stadium don't know who he was throwing to.
His 8th interception
Bruce Arians neither. That's why he's talking to him. What you see?
Meantime, the Rams going to make him pay for it. It's going to cost him 6. Goff to Cam Akers for the 4-yard touchdown. Rams will lead 24-17. Ensuing Bucs possession. Tom Brady throwing from his own end zone. You see his arm gets hit by Morgan Fox. The ball comes out. It was ruled an incomplete pass. You can look again here. Sean McVay would challenge the ruling. It would stand. Brady obviously relieved. The Bucs would end up punting and trail 24-17 entering the fourth quarter. Meantime, Jared Goff, who had been playing pretty well, throws a bad pick here. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead, returned 4 yards. The Bucs, they feeling themselves. I love that celebration, by the way. Ensuing Bucs possession, Tom Brady. Chris Godwin leaps over Darius Williams, 13-yard touchdown. Buccaneers tie this thing up at 24 apiece, TD. What an athletic play right here from Godwin.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man. Listen, he smelled that end zone. He would refuse to be denied.
First receiving touchdown since week 7, ensuing Rams possession. They got to do something with it. So why not hit that guy? Cooper Kupp gets both feet inbounds. Big third down conversion. Drive continues 4 plays later. Matt Gay, the game riding on his foot at this point. 40-yard field goal. Good in the hood, G. Rams lead 27-24. Ensuing Bucs possession. 2nd and 10. Their own 38. Under 2 minutes to play. And only a timeout left. Tom Brady looking for Cameron Brate, picked off by Jordan Fuller. One more again. Brady's 2nd interception of the game. Jared Goff is loving it. His team making moves in the NFC playoff picture as they improve to 7-3. Bucs drop to 7-4. Rams get it done 27-24. Obviously, a lot of conversation about Tom Brady at the end of this one, throwing that huge pick at the end of the game. Threw it a ton of times, nearly 50 times he threw this football tonight, JJ. What were your impressions of Tom Brady tonight in this loss?
Man, to be honest with you, I mean, Tom looked bad. And you watching him play this football game tonight, I mean, some of these interceptions that he throws, you're looking at him like, what are you looking at? I mean, these are throws that we're not used to Tom Brady making. I've been on TV. I've been saying that Tom Brady is not the Tom Brady of old. You see this right here. These are throws that are just clearly overthrows. Tom Brady just throwing it to the other team. And for Sean McVay to say on 3rd and 8, we have the ball on the 20-yard line to run the ball and say we're going to settle for a field goal because we believe in our defense and we don't believe that Tom Brady could drive this ball down the field and score on us. That lets you know what they're thinking about Tom Brady as well. But some of these throws tonight, man, it was average Tom Brady. And I'm watching the game and I'm like, This is not the Tom Brady that we're used to seeing. I mean, look at some of these passes that he's throwing. And the whole stadium, like TD said, was looking like, what is Tom doing? This Rams defense got after him, made it hard on him, but a lot of times he had clean pockets and he just was not delivering the ball, man. And look, he should have had more interceptions than he had, but Tom Brady did not look good tonight. He did not look good.
Yeah, JJ, I was hoping they showed that one where John Johnson just dropped it. He got hit in the neck with a football, because that would have been the third pick of the night. To me, Tom Brady is not meant to carry this team. Tom Brady is meant to be a complement to this team, to be able to distribute the ball to these playmakers. And what I'm seeing this week, as opposed to last week when they played the Panthers, when they played, I believe it was the Panthers, where they ran the ball almost 40-something times. You know, Ronald Jones, the ground game was working. Today they were throwing the ball, getting real happy with it. So it's like they've got to go ahead and stop trying to use Tom Brady as the main, cog and try to win games with Brady. Brady's, yeah, he was a great quarterback, but to your point, I don't think that this is the same Tom Brady that played in New England. So give him more. I mean, you got a lot of talent there. Run the ball more. Allow him not to be able to have to carry all this on his own shoulders. And I didn't see that tonight. Tonight they tried to use Brady as the main weapon to win this game, and it didn't work. It didn't work for this team.
TD,
you know what, TD? It's showing up against the good football teams, the teams with good defenses. You look at the Buccaneers' schedule, they've beaten 2 winning teams. That's the Raiders and the Packers. And against the Packers, his numbers wasn't godly. I don't even think he threw for 200 yards. But the good defenses, the Rams, the Saints, the Bears, they all made Tom Brady look average and made him, and you've seen throws like this in the ball game. So it's really hard right now to truly understand who this Buccaneers team is. How good is this Buccaneers team? Because when they play against good football teams and good defenses, man, we tend to see this offense on the football field, and we tend to see this Tom Brady out there. So they're going to have to fix some things if they want to compete and try to win a Super Bowl.
JJ, you know more than anybody, and this is what I said at the beginning of the season. It is difficult to learn how to win on this level. Meaning, people think, all right, you have all this talent, you just show up on a Sunday or a Monday, and you just play these games, and you really understand winning. Winning is tough because you got to immediately get it out of your system. Okay, you won the game, you have to maintain a hunger. You can't listen to the press clippings. You can't say, how great we are. I mean, each week you really have to focus, and it's difficult to try to get an entire team and organization who's not used to winning and being able to and to still feel like they have something to prove every week. That's difficult. And yeah, Tom Brady's there, but you have a lot of guys on that team who's not used to winning like that. So they have to get used to that every single week. And how do we win but turn things around the next week and be prepared to play as if we lost the game last week? And that, to me, is very difficult to do.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to this Buccaneers team this year. JJ, talk about this Rams offense. We shone a lot of light on the Bucs, but, hey, Jared Goff made the throws tonight. The receivers were going crazy. This Rams offense was rolling.
You're absolutely right, man. They had no answer for these 2 playmakers on the outside, man, in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. And the best thing that Sean McVay did was get them in bunch formations to where you know that you're going to get off coverage, zone coverage, you're going to get free releases, and you're going to allow them to go to work. And with the ball in their hands, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp went to work tonight. It was yak yardage after yak yardage. They broke the first tackle every single time. They could not get them to the ground, and that's what turned this offense really these average games into explosive games, man. You had the young fellas coming in, man, scoring their first touchdown, so that was good to see. But Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, like you see here, man, the quick passes, the quick screens, they was doing this all night long, making huge plays with the ball in their hands after the catch, man, and that's what really helped this offense out, man. Jared Goff didn't have to do a lot. He got the ball out of his hands extremely fast, and these 2 dudes did the rest for him.
Yeah, the Rams, they make you defend every blade of grass on that field. I'm talking about the horizontal, to the flats, to the intermediate routes, to the deep routes. And I don't know how many quick screens we saw tonight. They ran at least 40 of them. But yeah, the minute you start coming up for those screens, then they'll run past you. But the Rams and Sean McVay, been watching this team for the last couple of years. They're pretty creative. They're going to make you have to defend a lot, see a lot of window dressing with motions and on shifts. And then they're going to tempo you. They're going to come out there and just, figure, all right, this team, we're not going to let the defense, as good as they are, continue to have to tee off on us. So they'll change their pace of their offense, which is pretty good. But the Rams know who they are, and they can run the football when they need to. So the Rams are on the uptick, man. They look really good tonight.
Yeah, and that was great coaching right there, too, TD, by Sean McVay, man, especially early in that first half when he switched up the tempo on them, kept that D-line on the field, made that D-line tired. They couldn't get after the passer, and that's when you started seeing the broken tackles and the explosive plays. It was just an excellent change of pace, and he went to it at the right time.
Yeah, a lot of stars for the Rams on this night. Probably no one bigger than Cooper Kupp. In fact, here he is with Sarah Walsh just moments ago.
Cooper Kupp, congratulations on a big win tonight. I know it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But can you talk about the way that you and Robert Woods really got this team going in the first half?
Yeah, well, coming out the gate, we definitely had some stuff going. We only had 4 drives there in the first half, but be able to get points out, 3 of them is huge. Really just comes down to execution across the board. Definitely hit a little bit in the second half, but Rob just really turned it on. Anytime you get the ball in his hands, he's just so dynamic. Luckily, when we need it the most, able to get some things going. We just got to be better across the board executing.
This is the 5th cross-country trip for you guys. You go home in a very, very tight division race after a win here in Tampa. What does this one mean to you guys?
It's huge. Anytime you can get a win against a very good team, so much respect for Tampa Bay. They've got incredible players, incredible coaches. They execute well. It was just a really fun game, being able to go out there and compete against those guys. So huge win. Excited to get back, learn from this thing, move forward, and ready for the Niners next week.
You put up huge numbers on Monday Night Football tonight, and I want to read you this. Devontae Adams, during the game, tweeted, "Cooper Kupp is the most underrated receiver in the league." What do you think you showed tonight on football's biggest stage?
I was just being me, just doing what I